He's a Super Bowl champion, and now Steelers safety Troy Polamalu can add professor to his resume. Head & Shoulders has launched the Troy Polamalu School of Deeper Learning. Through online videos, men can learn how to get great hair like Troy's or a mean beard like Brett Keisel's. Today, Troy and Brett were guest lecturers at the University of Pittsburgh, and we talked with Troy about his favorite lesson.
My favorites are existential beardology. I think Brett's pieces are really funny.
Other online lessons include the art of air guitar and spiritual shampooing.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast in high definition.
Very nice. Can they show us how to grow hair? That's what I need. I need hair. I need a hairy beard. Maybe one of those.
And Troy, I know you're very excited to be a guest lecturer here at the University of Pittsburgh today.
I am. I'm very nervous.
Oh, what do you mean you're nervous? How could you be nervous?
Well, usually I wear a helmet. I'd be a lot more comfortable if I had a helmet on.
Could someone get him a helmet, please?
So obviously we're here to talk about hair. And why I even grew my hair out. It's funny that we're here at a college campus because people like to attest me growing out my hair to my Samoan heritage or this warrior mentality well, my mother-in-law, for example, said, you know, you should grow your hair out because all the great warriors of the past, you know, the Greek heroes, the Japanese, the samurais, Chinese warriors, American Indians, or members of the First Nation, they all had long hair. So you're like a warrior. I'm like, well, I don't know about that, but obviously Samoans have a lot of long hair. But actually what made me grow my hair out was being in college. I was just really lazy. I had no sense of grooming at all, so I just kind of just let it grow. I didn't care what I looked like or anything like that, or take care of myself at all. And it started to become an identity for me. And you know, people started to notice me by my hair. Obviously, it became a marketing tool, but it became like another appendage of mine. So when people say, you know, you should cut your hair or even trim your hair, you know, a lot of hairstylists like, man, let me just trim a little bit. And I was like, no, man, I haven't cut my hair since I met my wife, which is a little over 10 years ago. But, is that, sorry, I'm married, yeah. No. Being in the Guinness Book of World Records for most expensive hair, you know, they have like my $1 million hair insurance policy next to J-Lo's right butt cheek, $1 million hair insurance policy. So that's where I equate it. Also, having a life-size figure of wax, which is pretty humbling. You know, the first thing I told my wife and friends was like, I never knew I was that ugly and felt that badly. You know, and it's weird to look at yourself from that perspective, but being part of an awesome brand has been a blessing for myself. Obviously, we have the School of Deeper Learning, which is, what's the website again?
deepliketroy.org.
I was going to say deeplikeme.org, but it's deepliketroy.org, sorry. You know, we wanted to come with this university because the VRI University, as well as University of Phoenix, just weren't cutting it. So I hired Brett, the Dean of Students, as well as Rob Riggle. And he's also obviously the professor of facial hair grooming. But yeah, so we have our online school. I hope you guys enjoy it.
And Brett, why don't you tell them more about this unique School of Deeper Learning?
How's everybody doing? I just love hearing the crowd. You know, I'm a crowd guy. I love hearing the crowd. It's nice to see y'all, college kids, enjoying your college time. Do you miss college, Troy?
Parts of it.
It's great to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, but college is a great time. You guys enjoy it. But yeah, while we're here, Troy and I have the opportunity to be a part of Troy's Head & Shoulders campaign, and today we are launching Troy's School of deeper learning. All right, where fans can immerse themselves in deep content featuring the hair and the beard. And I'm the dean of students, all right? Professor of facial hair, of course, like Troy just said. And you know, this is a big deal. We also have got comedian Rob Riggle, who's a pretty funny guy. Have you guys seen any of his stuff? Yeah?
Oh, yeah, great,
okay.
yeah. Let's try that again.
Have you guys seen any of Rob Riggle's stuff?
He's great, yeah.
Okay. But you guys got to check it out. Troy and I are actually going to unveil the website right now. You ready to go do it? Come on.
Let's do it.
Don't break that thing, by the way.
Whose chalkboard is this? Drum roll. There it is, www.deep.org. And this is pretty interesting because when you go check it out, you'll be able to see some clips that Troy and I did. One of them, it's kind of like a yoga thing, but what's it called? Spiritual shampooing.
Spiritual shampooing.
Okay.
Very deep.
And I, of course, have existential beardology. All right. You can get an A+ on that if you just got to grow your beard out. But we've got a couple clips here, and if you guys give us a loud applause, we might show them to you. What do you think? Let's roll it.
Welcome, students. Congratulations for enrolling in the Troy Polamalu School of Deeper Learning. As the book of Polamalu explains, Troy wasn't always such a devastatingly deep individual. Oh no. One fateful day, he had an epiphany and tapped into his inner deepness. The transformation occurred as Troy was using Head & Shoulders Deep Clean. It goes deep to remove grease, gunk, and flakes. Peritus Maximus Pepinus. That's our motto. It's Latin. It means dig deep to reach your full potential. So come with me and discover the deepness that awaits you. Come on. How the heck did this book get so dusty? I mean, we just opened this place like a month ago. Let's see here. Why don't you try dividing the plus sign? Socrates, Plato, Polamalu, Keisel, and Riggle. When it comes to deep thinkers, you think of us. In early 2012, we excavated an inferior, ivy-encrusted university and broke ground on a more worthy institution, the Troy Polamalu School of Deeper Learning, the first university to teach true depth. Oh, hello! Hey, this is Father the Follicle, our mascot. Go fighting follicles! Yeah. Give me some up here. There he goes. And located in the university's botanical gardens is the Polamalu tree. It symbolizes our goal here at TPS ODL to help you go deep, like Troy and his hair, Brett and his beard, and me and my bask in my glory. And that concludes your orientation. Come back for more deep lessons from Troy, Brett, and me. And don't worry, it's not all rigorous study here at the School of Deeper Learning. Currently, we're ranked the #1 parting school. Parting school. Parting? We have a lot of fun.
All right, let's hear it for Rob Riggle. How about that? Guy is tremendous. All right, Troy, so as...
Días. Today, lesson in la music.
Follow along as we demonstrate the art of Spanish.
El guitar. Maestro.
Notice the way Troy channels the deep emotionality of the music through his facial expressions.
Notice how Brett's impressive fingering shows the deepness of his connection to the music. Next time, jazz and the air clarinet. Próximo vez, vámonos! Deep, like me.
All right, tremendous stuff from the guys. DeepLikeTroy.org. You want to see all that stuff again. So Troy, as founder and university president of the Troy Polamalu School of Deeper Learning, what's the most important lesson that your students are going to learn from the program?
Well, first of all, Brett and I, that was our performance in Germany where we took first place at dual air guitar. So.
Thank you. Yes, first place. That's not easy to do.
No.
Impressive fingering,
Those
by the way.
Germans are really good.
They're great.
You got to let that one sit there for a second. So, the most important lesson that your students can learn from your School of Deeper Learning, what do you think that is?
Well, I don't want to get deeply philosophical or anything.
Please do.
No, I don't. So I'll just skip over that question. No.
Oh, you're going to skip it? Okay, all right, you skip it.
You know what? The school is very fun. There's 12 online courses, 12 videos. So I hope you guys have fun with them as much as we did filming them. It's really uncomfortable because we're not really actors, obviously.
Well, how'd you think you did, though? I think you did pretty well.
Well, like I've told many people before, they wanted Johnny Depp and Brad Pitt, but their acting skills weren't good enough for the video, so they chose us.
Now, Dean of Students, Brett Keisel, this beard, it's just become a personality of its own, and you have it going early in the season now. How much bigger do you expect it to get? I mean, it's growing in quite nicely right now.
It's on its way. It's on its way. You know, I started it a little bit early this year just to really test the depths this thing could get to around January. But, you know, it's very important to keep it clean, and that's why I use deep clean Head and Shoulders, man. So it's on its way, and I expect it, you know, to bring home the Lombardi later in the year, hopefully.
Absolutely. This before, but I want to make sure everybody knows what course you're going to be teaching in addition to your duties as Dean of Students.
What course I'm teaching?
Yes, that's right.
Existential Beardology.
Existential Beardology. All right, so what do you teach in Existential Beardology?
Well, it's a lot of deep thinking, all right? And in order to think deeply, you have to stroke deeply, right? So it's all about the stroke and thinking deep.
So it's all about the stroke is what we've learned here this afternoon. Troy, your hair has more badges of honor than most people. You alluded to this before with the $1 million hair insurance policy and a wax figure immortalizing you and your hair. What does that really mean to you? You said that you didn't think that you were that ugly, but honestly, when you look at that wax figure yourself, that must mean something to you.
Yeah. Well, I may not have the stroking. Well, I guess I may have longer stroking length than.
The things you find out from these guys.
Obviously, being a part of an iconic brand, one of the most humbling things for me is when somebody comes and says, you know, my grandmother never even knew you played football, but she really enjoys the commercials. The creative team has done a great job of creating these online universities, obviously the wax figure and whatnot.
First,
Very prepared.
and foremost, all right, you need to get enrolled in the Troy Polamalu School of Deeper Learning, all right? And how do we do that? By visiting deepliketroy.org. And once you get on there, you can get closer to earning your own official certificate of deep achievement. All right, bearded man? All right?
It's for the top of the hair challenge, right?
Right. We'd love for you to go and, you know, post it on your social media posts. Troy and I will retweet it, right? You can post hashtag deep post, all right?
Take the microphone, ask your question to Troy.
So, walking down the streets of Pittsburgh, I've been told you look like me.
Hey, if you have a healthy calf, maybe you can play this week.
So I think I understand a lot of what this is about. You know, I'm clean shaven, so I can't do the deep stroke with the beard. But I can certainly get the long stroke. I'm really good with that. But
oh, I just got it. No.
So my question is, how did you get to be so tall? Because
so tall?
I think that you and I have a lot of things in common. You know. But you're really tall, and that impresses me. So how did you get to be so tall?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question because I'm like one of the smallest players on my team as far as height's concerned. As far as belly, you know, maybe a D lineman or you know, but I don't know about height. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you, but even I'm short in my field of expertise.
But could you make my day and give me a side-by-side comparison?
All right.
Thank you.
There it is. Troy and Troy. Troy and Raul.
Thank you so much.
That's mini-me.
Let's hear it for Raul, everybody. Raul. They're great. We had some questions from the audience earlier, and I've got some here for you guys. So this one's for Troy. Do you really play the piano like we see in the commercial? And do you write some of the Head and Shoulders commercials? So a two-part question. First, do you really play the piano?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I've heard you play.
Yeah, not like that. But yeah, I wish. I took some classes in college, but you know, I didn't take college maybe as seriously as you guys did. But at least I hope. But what was the other question?
And do you write? Do you have any creative writing when it comes to the commercials?
No. Sometimes I'll say, hey, let's do this. And they'll be like, oh, let me think about it. No.
He writes a little bit, though, because when we filmed the Spanish air guitar one, so Troy was like, let's do it with the Spanish voice, you know? So I was like, yeah, that's great. So he started off, he was like, and I'm telling you, if you watch my lips, I'm like trying so hard not to crack up.
It's my
So
inner
you do some ad lib. You do some ad lib.
This one's for Brett. What are some tips for optimal beard development? This is from Ben Swagger, wants to know about that. So optimal beard development.
Optimal beard development. That should be our next course. My tips are tough. You know, I would say make sure you're a hunter. I'm a hunter, so I think that's where I get it. It's natural. You know, it's like grown in camo. And you know, use Head and Shoulders.
Perfect. Have you considered just leaving the mustache? Asked George Ballesteros.
The mustache is really what sets it apart, in my opinion. You know, because if you take that away, it's not really that good. If you fan it out, it really makes it what it is. Am I right? So I think sometimes the stash feels left out because it doesn't get enough credit because all everyone talks about is the beard. But the stash is key to the beard's success.
This one's for both of you from Allison Parkhill. We'll start with Troy. If football wasn't your profession, what would your profession be?
You know, when in college, I took a lot of. I was supposed to finish an education, but I was taking all these history courses, and my counselor came to me say, "You can graduate in history next year, or in education in 3 years." I was like, "Oh, let me cut this down shorter." So I'd love to be a high school teacher. That's what I've always wanted to be.
Oh yes, another one of those.
Elementary school teacher? No, okay, high school.
No, high school.
How about you, Brett?
What would I be? I don't know. I think if I wasn't playing ball, I would probably still be back in the Wild West in Wyoming. Probably, working on a ranch somewhere because I love, being outdoors and fishing. So I'd try and do that stuff every day.
All right, another one for both of you from Mary W. What advice would you give for surviving collegiate life? Surviving collegiate life. That's a real tough one.
Well, I failed at it. I actually left early. I went back, I think it was 2 years ago, to finish my degree with the help of my esteemed wife. So they say, when two become one when you're married. So when your wife does your homework, it's like you doing it, right? Not girlfriend, right? It's my wife. So, I don't know. I would say enjoy it. It's definitely one of the best times I've had in my life. Some of my great friends are obviously from college. So enjoy it, because not to say this isn't the real world, because obviously you face a lot of real life situations. But once college is over with, you're really on your own. You can't rely on your close friends or fraternity brothers or sisters as much as you would during college.
How about your advice, Brett?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Troy on that one. College is such a great time, and it goes by so fast. It really does. Maybe when you're in it, it doesn't feel like that. But when it's over and you move on, you're like, man, that went by fast. So, stay involved. There's all kinds of fun things to do around this great city. Get to know your city, get to know your friends, get to be around your peers. Don't party too much, but party enough. And, really just seize this moment in your life.
Just a couple more quick questions here, and we have one for Brett from Miguel Polino. Are you going to get your beard insured like Troy's hair is insured?
Yeah, it's insured by Geico. No, I'm not going to get it insured. I don't think it's necessary, really, but it is beautiful. Maybe someday. We'll see.
All right, and this is to Troy from Courtney Kukul. What is your favorite quote to live by, and why?
Oh, wow. I don't know. These are some really deep questions. I didn't expect them today. I don't know. A lot of people draw a lot of inspiration from different quotes. I've always kind of been a kind of grinded out type of guy. My philosophy on philosophy is it's just empty words until it's a lived action. So.
Wait, you're the cameraman. She's the reporter.
Beat me.
Well, Head and Shoulders, our creative team. They've done a lot of things, obviously in the past with hair insurance and the commercials, and now the School of Learning.
Which episode was the most fun to film?
My favorites are existential beardology. I think Brett's pieces are really, really funny.
Did you find it challenging to be in front of the camera filming these instead of on the field?
Yeah, it's challenging. You know, you want to get up there and nail your lines. Plus, we had kind of like today, there was a bunch of extras, you know, that were the students while we were teaching the course. So you wanted to hit your lines so you didn't have to do it a bunch of times and be like, oh my gosh, what's this guy's problem? But it's at the same time, it's a lot of fun to kind of see that aspect of it.
Are there any more commercials in the works for the two of you for Head and Shoulders that we should look forward to?
I'm not sure. We did a lot of stuff, obviously, for this video for our School of Deeper Learning. But for the future, hopefully we'll see.
Brad, are you going to grow the beard out and have another T-shirt like you did last year?
Yeah, probably. You know, we have some great gear at thebeardgear.com. But, you know, the beard has kind of become a part of me, a little kind of like Troy's hair during the year. And at the end of the year, I really enjoy the sheared beard as well. Taking it off and starting fresh.
For Children's Hospital.
For Children's Hospital, yeah. But it's been great doing this whole thing with Troy for Head and Shoulders. The School of Deeper Learning, you know, it is something I never anticipated doing, and I feel great or lucky to be a part of it.
Are you recruiting any other teammates to come on staff?
Heinz made an early exit because he couldn't stimulate enough hair growth on his head to be part of it. No, I don't know. Obviously, the more and more of us get involved, the more and more we'll have fun. So we'll see.
Any chance that you could get Ward to be in a commercial with a fake set of hair like yours?
But fake hair like mine? We'll see. We'll see.